will guide you step by step on how to set up Vaultwarden on AWS EC2 instance for free. I will also show you how to secure your server with a self-signed SSL certificate and restrict unauthorized sign-up so you and only you can use that password manager. And the best part is you will still be able to access it from the Bitwarden application on your mobile telephone, on your browser and all of it, and you won't be inconvenienced at all. So let's get started and take control of your password security today. First, we will set up the necessary AWS resources to host our self-hosted Vaultwarden password manager. Let's create an Amazon EC2 instance. From the AWS Management Console, navigate to the EC2 dashboard. Click on the Launch Instance button and start the process. You will need to select an Amazon machine image. For this tutorial, we will use the latest Ubuntu server LTS version. Choose an instance type that fits your need. For a personal Vaultwarden instance, a T2 micro instance should be sufficient and free for a whole year. Add a key pair to allow you to access the instance through SSH. Create a new security group for your EC2 instance. Add rules to allow SSH, HTTP, and HTTPS traffic from your IP address or from any IP address if you prefer. Adjust the storage size to the maximum of 30 GB and review your instance configuration and click Launch. To SSH into your EC2 instance, you will need the private key you created. Let's walk through the steps to connect to that instance. First, go to the EC2 instance page, locate your running instance, and make a note of the public DNS address by simply copying it into your clipboard. Now, open a terminal window on your local machine, use the SSH command, and provide it with the private key and the public DNS address we copied earlier. You can also find all the commands that I'm showing in this video in the description below. Now that we have our EC2 instance ready, let's proceed with the installation of Vaultwarden. Update and upgrade the system packages. On your terminal, run the following commands. Install Docker and Docker combos. Create a directory to store your Vaultwarden data. And pull the latest Vaultwarden Docker image and create a container. This command creates a new Docker container called Vaultwarden using the latest Vaultwarden image. It maps the local serve/Vaultwarden directory to the container's data directory and enables WebSocket support by setting the WebSocket enabled environment variable to true. It also binds the container's port 80 to the host port 80 for HTTP connections and port 3012 for WebSocket connections. Now Vaultwarden should be up and running. Open your web browser and navigate to your EC2 instance public DNS name. You should see the Vaultwarden login page. And voila, we have now an up and working instance. However, this page is only available on HTTP and not on HTTPS. And using HTTPS is essential to ensure secure communication between your browser and the server. For this, we're going to create a self-signed certificate for our Vaultwarden instance to enable HTTPS. Now, in a perfect world, you will buy a domain for this instead of using a self-signed, and you'll use Let's Encrypt. However, to keep this whole setup free, first install OpenSSL. If it's not installed, it's usually installed by default, but just in case. Now let's create a directory to store our certificate and key files. Run the following command to create the directory. Next, we will use OpenSSL to generate a self-signed certificate and a key. This command creates a new 2048-bit RSA key and a certificate that is valid for 365 days. You will be prompted to provide some basic information for the certificate, but that's all right. Run the following command and fill in the required details when prompted. Now we need to update the Vaultwarden Docker Compose file to use our newly created self-signed certificate and key. So first, create a new Docker Compose with the following content. Before we start the new container using the Docker Compose file, let's make sure to stop the existing one if it's running and remove it so it won't cause any clashes in Docker. Now that the container has stopped, we can start the Vaultwarden container with the updated Docker Compose file. And congratulations, you've successfully set up HTTPS with a self-signed certificate for your Vaultwarden instance. Keep in mind that browsers will show a security warning as they don't trust self-signed certificates. To avoid this warning, you should obtain a certificate from a trusted certificate authority and maybe get a domain. Now, once you're on the Vaultwarden web interface, you can either create a new account or log in with the existing one. We're going to be creating a new account by clicking on the create account and follow the on-screen instruction to set up your account. After logging in, you will be taken to the Vaultwarden dashboard. From here, you can add, edit, manage your passwords, secure notes, and other sensitive information. You can also organize your items into folders, share them with others, configure settings such as two-factor authentication for added security. But before we wrap up, let's address an important security aspect for your self-hosted Vaultwarden server. By default, anyone can create accounts, which might not be ideal for our specific use case. To restrict user signups and prevent unauthorized access to your server, let's set up a configuration option to stop anyone from signing up to our server. So connect to your AWS EC2 instance using SSH, just like at the beginning, and we're gonna be modifying the Vaultwarden configuration to disable public signups. First, let's stop the running Vaultwarden Docker container image, and let's edit the Vaultwarden configuration in docker compose.yaml file. Open the file using a text editor, and all you need to do is add the signups allowed equal false line under the environment. Save the file and exit to the text editor. Now that we've made the necessary changes to the configuration file, let's restart Vaultwarden and wait for a few seconds to allow the container to restart and come up online. Once the container is up and running, go back to your web browser, refresh the Vaultwarden login, and try to create a new account. You will get this warning that creating a new account is no longer allowed, and you've successfully restricted user signups on your self-hosted Vaultwarden server. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing to our channel for more videos like this, and if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next time,